Tom Sweatman, Vice President at Janes, welcome. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining me today. What are some of the challenges that you're seeing organizations in government having as they're integrating OSINT into the other types of intelligence that they're using and using it to get the decisions that they want?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you could take your pick of challenges, right? Whether it's people, process, technology, budgets, there's a bunch of challenges out there. I would say that trust is one of the major challenges, and then data insights and integration is probably the other big challenge that I see quite a bit. On the trust front, there's a lot of strong OSINT professionals out there that are pulling a lot of great information in the world, but the open internet is a scary place, and you can get mugged pretty easily if you're not careful and don't know how to go about that right. So when you're looking for a OSINT provider, an OSINT partner, you need to establish some trust. You need to understand their process for collection, if they are doing any analysis or any, like what their tradecraft process looks like, and how they go about ensuring that the data is pulled in, is something that is trustworthy, validated, and verified. Mm-hmm. In a lot of cases, though, that's on the analysts, and it's tough for leaders to determine whether or not their analysts have the right tools and have the things that they need to be able to trust those outcomes. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it creates a lot more work than what they originally thought. And then data integration and connecting disparate pieces of data is another major element of this. And there's so much data out there. We have data lakes, data ponds, data oceans. But how are these different pieces of data connected to each other and create opportunities for new insights? Mm-hmm. And that's a big piece that seems to be missing across a lot of our data sets out there.
What is the best process to fill what's missing the way you just described it?
Yeah, there's a couple ways to do that. On the trust side, it's being transparent about what the process is. And there's some great guidance out there from the intelligence community today. ICD 203, it's been out there for about 20 years. But how are we actually implementing it? And how are we actually looking at that document and that set of processes and identifying how the world has changed with AI, with technology, and are there ways to improve that? But really starting the conversation and talking about tradecraft and OSINT tradecraft in particular. Mm-hmm. And then on the data side, the integration of data, the sense making of that data. Janes, for instance, has created this knowledge graph, and we've taken some of our different pieces of data and started making these data connections. So now as an analyst goes down a specific analytical task, they can start to see the relationships across all of these other data sets that are tied to this one analytical question that they're asking, which creates opportunity. And it's really about creating opportunity for additional insights.
What's the best way, in your view, for OSINT professionals to leverage the opportunity that you just laid out there?
There's going to be a lot of different potential paths on that. And as you think about the OSINT community and OSINT professionals, a lot of the analysts are kind of stuck with whatever they get, So it's really about leadership looking at the opportunity to say, okay, here's the outcome we want, and we're going to apply the right amount of resource to get to that outcome. And there are so many different common intelligence pictures. There's so many different tools that are bringing in elements or pieces of the solution. Mm-hmm. Looking at ways to bring it all together and really create this fused solution. We have fusion centers that will have 5, 10 different types of tools across that fusion center. And it's like, okay, like where's the fusion happening? And it's putting it on the human. And that's the right solution sometimes, but in other ways, we probably need to start using different technology like AI and some of these other tools that are out there.
Tom, it's great to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thank you.